So today we have the one and only Jorge, and I don't know how to say her last name. Is it Uriona?
Uriona.
Uriona.
You?
Oh.
Oof, yeah, you go.
And
It's a little hard.
is it Bolivia?
Bolivia, originally from Bolivia.
Yeah. So you probably grew up playing foot golf, or not foot golf, but soccer, right?
Soccer. Absolutely, yeah. Soccer is the main sport I grew up with, in Bolivia, and I wish we could have found the sport before when I was back in there, but soccer was the main sport in Bolivia.
I mean, everything in life has its perfect time. And when did you find foot golf?
Actually, here, it was around 2017, early 17. We were playing soccer, pretty much, group of friends. And then one of the guys said, "Do you guys know about anything about foot golf?" And we all just, just stay there. No, I don't know what that is. We heard golf, and it's like, we could kind of assume it was something, related with golf. And then he kind of explained to us. He showed some videos, and it's like, okay, that sounds interesting. That looks interesting. And then, we said, let's do it. Let's go next week, and let's have fun. So we got together. We went to play soccer, actually, our first game, and then after that, we went to a foot golf course, and then we played. I mean, the guys brought some beers and the cards and music, and it was fun, man. It was really fun. I thought it was, I don't know, whoever invented that sport, I was like, he's a genius. I wish, I could have discovered a sport before, but I definitely enjoy a lot that day, and I thought I was gonna be interested, and then later I find out that there was a league in the U.S., so I was curious, and finally I joined the league, and I started playing a little more, and that same year I went to Bolivia just for vacation, and me and my brother, when we went out for a party. And it was like around 3 a.m, something like that. And my brother said, "Hey, Jorge, look at this. I saw you playing foot golf, a couple months ago in U.S. And there's actually a foot golf tournament here in Bolivia." And yeah, I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he showed me the flyer, and it was actually the next day. So it was already 3 a.m. We were having some drinking a little bit. Yeah, kind of. And dude, I told him, all right, let's go home. I need to sleep a little bit, and then I'm gonna go play. And he's like, "No, what are you talking about? The party is just starting." I'm like, "What do you mean? It's 3 a.m." So like we got home like 5 a.m, and I had to wake up at 7, wake my brother up, and say, "All right, let's go." And he's like, "You crazy? No, I'm not going." So we ended up going. I was pretty much drunk, and that's how I played. I was hangover, drunk. And man, I tied first place with this guy that also live in California. I don't remember his name, but we tied 8 under.
So your first tournament ever, you tied for first place. Wow.
And we went for playoff. We played the first hole, we tied. We played the second hole, we tied again, and then we played the third hole, which was the rule was, if you tie the first 2 holes, it's the closest to the pin. So, dude, man, that was my last shot. I was dying. I was like, that's it. I want to go for it. I hit a good shot straight out to the hole, and it was, it was closer. So I won that tournament. That was my bro.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was my first official tournament I won. And then yeah, I played, a few more during that day. Not too much because, we were busy at work. So, and then the next year in 2019, that's the year that I played more. And then pandemia came, and then that kind of gave a break. And then after 2021, that's how I kind of play more and more and more. And now I can't just stop playing, man. I wish I could play every weekend.
It's the best sport. For me, it was love at first kick. Would you say the same for you?
Oh, yeah, man. Love it. Love it.
Okay, so one more question for you. Or actually, I got 2 lined up because I know your food's almost ready. The World Cup is coming up. We're 40 days away. What's your mindset like right now? Are you doing anything different? How are you preparing for the tournament?
Yeah, man, it's definitely a huge tournament for me. I went to play the Mexico Open, and that was a good practice for me. Playing with high level players, that definitely taught me to to play differently in a few aspects, play more smart, be more safe in few holes. Depending, that it told me how to not to risk too much, and play more smart than power. So I'm been practicing my approaches more, and just try not to be too nervous and try to go for the hole. Just play more smart.
Yeah, so the first time I ever played with you was up at Crystal Springs. It was in 2021, I think August. And what you just talked about, not rushing, just relaxing, playing smart, setting up your next shot. I learned that lesson from you because that was basically the start of my career. I just discovered foot golf a few months before that. And you were giving me amazing tips that day. And so it's kind of cool a couple of years later hearing you talk about the same thing. It shows when you play that you actually put into practice the things you're saying. So I appreciate that about you as a player.
Thank you.
I do have one more question for you, and it's just, I guess, a hole-in-one question. How long did it take you to get your first hole-in-one, and do you know how many you've had now?
Yeah. It's actually funny. That day when my friend told us when we were playing soccer, there was a foot golf. So the first day we went on hole number 7 on Pinecrest in Virginia. It was up in the hill.
Yeah.
I just kicked it and went straight to the hole.
Oh my God.
So my first day of playing foot golf, I did a hole one.
Dude, you're born natural.
That made it even more fun. It was, and then I did a couple hole in ones in a few tournaments. I think I think up in my head, I think it's like 5 hole in ones, 6 maybe, around there.
Total or in tournament play?
Total. Yeah, total tournaments, and it's hard. I've been close a lot, but
Yeah.
I think 5 or 6 is what I remember.
Yeah. Have you had any albatrosses?
Yes. Yeah, I did albatross, eagles, and I think I did all of them.
Yeah, I've yet to hit an albatross. I've had several hole-in-ones. I've had plenty of eagles, birdies, lots of bogeys, but no albatross.
Don't worry, man. You'll get one. You'll get one for sure. I think albatross is really hard. It's just, if the wind is in your favor, that's I think probably where you have the biggest chance. Because usually albatross is your second full shot to approach. It's hard, but you'll make it, and you'll celebrate that as a goal and the final minute.
I'm believing it might happen at Disney at the World Cup. I'm hoping for it, man. Yeah. So final thing here before we go, just open mic. Anything you want to share or say about foot golf? Just whatever. You got the mic.
Yeah, man. My advice is, if you want to get better, I think how I see things is, every time you go practice with your friend, even if it's a pickup game or just for fun, just try your best to like I said before, take your time. If you want to play serious and be more professional, be serious. At the same time, you're having fun with your friends, but at the same time, try to get better. Remember the wrong things you did. If take your time, that's more important. Don't feel bad about the people that are trying to rush you, because that's the big part of the game. It's like you gotta take your time and just focus, and just don't rush, and forget about the other hole, the hole in the back. If you did wrong, just put in your mind there's 18 holes and you're competing one by one. It's not if you did bad on the first hole, just forget about it in the next hole, move on, and just do the battle between each hole. And I think and just be positive, and you do better.
That's solid advice. Golf is won by one hole at a time, one stroke at a time. Exactly. So it's great advice. I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to playing with you at the World Cup in a few weeks. Thank you. So, Team USA.
All right, buddy. It's Team USA.
Let's go.